Today on the Omaha News, see how the evicted residents of Flora Apartments are holding up.
Also, Omaha area schools are scrambling to find teachers to sub in their classrooms.
And in sports, check out Omaha men's basketball blue chip recruit tearing up the court in Baxter Arena.
All this and more in the Omaha News. One unit at a time. That's how one of the Flora apartment maintenance workers describes the progress for upgrading the building near 25th and Jonestown in downtown Omaha. Reporter Pauline Dulang is live at the Flora Apartments.
Just behind me is the front entrance to the now declared danger closed Flora Apartments. The complex was condemned by the city in January for numerous safety reasons, including rat infestations and growing mold. Built in 1914, this 11,000 square foot apartment complex has been one of the few housing options for low-income tenants. However, that changed on January 25th when residents were forced to evacuate the unsafe Flora Apartments. President and CEO of Omaha nonprofit Together, Mike Hornacek, says this is yet another example of inadequate affordable housing in Omaha.
It's also a supply and demand issue. If there was enough low-income or affordable housing, situations like this wouldn't happen.
Hornacek says approximately 12 households were paying in between $700 to $850 per month for a studio, one-bedroom or two-bedroom apartment.
We were looking into apartments at first, and we didn't find many. I feel like a lot of apartments just close up right away, or they're really full, and so you can't really find them. But
just one street over from the Flora Apartments, Creighton students Talia Parra and Kylie O'Neill say had they not had previous connections, the hunt for apartments within their budget would have been overdrawn. Hornacek says it's not uncommon for landlords to take advantage of renters who are afraid to speak up for fear that they'll be replaced by other renters willing to live in the same filthy conditions.
It's not enough to just inspect and record everything. There needs to be enforcement.
Landlord William Stanek has been cited for building safety maintenance violations before. Nebraska attorney Dave Pantos is working pro bono with displaced tenants. Attorney Dave Pantos sent a letter to Stanek on February 16 demanding payment for the tenants. Back to you in the studio.
There's nothing that says spring is around the corner more than a bouquet of fresh flowers, and during the pandemic, local flower shops are keeping up with business. The flower industry is a blooming business, reaching a total revenue of $7 billion in the U.S. Locally, flower shops have seen the same trend. The busiest times for flower shops are the holidays, Valentine's Day, and Mother's Day. Preparations for these busy times can only help so much. For local flower shops, including Taylor's Flower Shop, efficient filing systems and a quality crew help everything run smoothly even when the pressure is on. Co-owner of Taylor's Flower Shop, Kara Terry, says the pandemic plays a role in the expansion of their business.
Additionally, flowers are used in a number of ways in our culture for celebrating and mourning, etc. And when folks couldn't see each other, they were sending flowers in their absence. So it remained relatively busy for us.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, the online flower shop industry has grown by 8.5%. Across the city, the assistant general manager with Piccolo's Florist says business rates haven't changed. However, Stephanie Lutz-Lawrence says the bigger problem is Mother Nature.
All those fires this summer and that unexpected rainstorm, some of those just decimated farms. So it's been a plethora of things, not just the pandemic.
The last 2 years have ushered in a multitude of challenges, but both women say they've managed to provide high-quality flower arrangements. And much like the flowers that grow and flourish, these businesses are blossoming as well. For the Omaha News, I'm Maria Consbrook. Based on floral industry statistics from 2020, there are a total of 31,663 floral businesses in the United States. 251 of those businesses are in Nebraska alone. Still to come, see how music education is diminishing in Omaha schools.
Coming up, see how teacher shortages are creating headaches for educators, students, and their parents.
There's a unique educational experience right here in Omaha. With access to top-rated programs, in-demand degrees, and a worldwide community of graduates, UNO prepares students for life, wherever it may lead. From Omaha to Italy to Uganda to Japan, Mavericks are working in communities around the globe. So where will a degree from UNO take you? UNO, access to exceptional, access to the world. Learn more at unomaha.edu.
Yeah, my name is Anna Bellinghausen. I'm one of the founders and the president of Women in Media Club, and I just want to be known as a person that would do anything to get a woman in the door anywhere. I want to be known as someone that paved the way for young women before me and that honored and respected the women that came before.
What I really like about this club is it's a really safe space. It's a space that allows us to do whatever, simply so we can benefit ourselves and also benefit the university that we go to.
There needed to be a door to open for these women, just something that they can easily go to, and that's the Women in Media Club.
Teacher shortages across the nation have hit public education. Reporter Mars Johnson joins us from Studio A.
Thanks, Liam. While one OPS assistant principal is hopeful they'll get more teachers, an OPS parent is concerned for their child. Both are from families of educators. Public education is taking a hit that is especially severe compared to other jobs in the workforce. The Omaha Public Schools Board of Education has qualified TAC building staff to help teach, supervise lunchrooms, and dismiss a few hours each week. Burke High School Assistant Principal Jason Williams says the pandemic is the key factor to the shortage. Williams often speaks to educators and his family about teacher recruitment and retention. It can be frustrating, but
the conversation always circles back around to why we do what we do. You know, being able to work with kids, being able to make a difference, being supportive of the community as a whole.
Williams says the OPS district has done the very best they can to recognize staff, though many of them have been overwhelmed. Williams' wake-up call was seeing his most self-motivated students struggle with remote learning. The OPS Board of Education meets here every other Monday evening at the TAC building. A local parent says her son was looking forward to an OPS program that came to a halt.
They just stopped talking about it. And I remember one day he was just like, yeah, Mom, I don't think this is gonna happen.
Johnson is moving her son to a different school district. There has been no homework all year, and English classes have not been happening for about a month. Johnson is unaware of what concepts her son is being taught and is worried the staff shortage could make the OPS district implode. Erica Johnson says she supports teachers, but her son is stressed. Jason Williams calls for diverse recruitment that mirrors what the student body looks like. Liam, back to you.
Thanks, Mars. Over the last year, several music schools and academies have opened up in the Omaha Metro due to limited school funding for music.
At the Omaha Conservatory of Music, Jessica Hansen can be found playing violin in her office. Hansen is a violin instructor and a musician. Hansen says she knows why music programs get cut from public schools.
We're not something like a band that plays at the football game or something like that. So public schools, a lot of the time, I think they cut the string program first, which is a little unfortunate because it takes away that opportunity from students to learn.
In a case study conducted by the Save the Music Foundation, 94% of public school teachers reported an increase in student academic engagement due to music education funding. Hansen also says that students can benefit greatly from learning an instrument.
It just helps them in so many different aspects of the person who they are becoming that it's just very beneficial for anyone, really.
Jessica is not the only music teacher that believes a focus on music can help improve youth education. Other music teachers feel the same way. Heidi Bush is the operations manager at Sing Omaha. She says that her students take what they learn from music and apply it to other aspects of academics.
We see a lot of students that grow through learning piano and getting to watch them in their school setting. So getting to see them as they grow in their skills with us, then apply those to auditioning for their musical at school or show choir.
Bush says that her and her staff enjoy being able to impact their students in a positive way.
Over the past 5 years, the National Endowment for Arts distributed over $5 million in grants for arts in Nebraska. A portion of the money was given to music education.
Omaha ranks in the middle of the pack when it comes to nationwide recycling efforts. Reporter Crystal Qua investigates what Omaha residents can do to move up ranks in the continuous undertaking for less waste.
Omaha's trash must go somewhere, and it goes to Pleasant Point Landfill in Bennington, Nebraska. The trash is buried. Dirt goes on top to keep animals like rats and raccoons at bay. This process repeats layer after layer.
Putting stuff in the landfill is a dead end.
Paul Dunn says decreasing consumption and buying durable, long-lasting products can save space in landfills. Danielle Eastdale of First Star Fiber says they process and recycle approximately 100,000 tons of materials a year to be made into new products.
Recycling creates a lot of jobs. It's great for the environment. It saves us from having to use and mine raw materials.
Dunn says 17% of trash in Omaha is recycled and composted, which is below the national average of 32%. The EPA's goal is to reuse half of all trash by 2030. Waste officials say recycling is easy and they're here to help. Food cans, plastic bottles and jugs, paper and cardboard boxes, if they're clean and empty, can become part of the circular economy. These items are sorted at First Star Fiber, remade in other facilities into plastic lumber, countertops, and furniture as a few examples. Eastdale emphasizes that plastic bags and wraps be recycled separately in either the wrap program or put in the hefty energy bag. When mixed with other recyclables, it often jams the machines and interrupts the process. For the Omaha News, I'm Crystal Quell.
Omaha has increased its recycling in the last 3 years, ever since the city made the switch to the 96-gallon bins. People in apartments will have use one of the drop-off locations shown on Wasteline's website to recycle. After the break, we'll take a look at one woman's 8,000-mile journey to compete in the sport she's played for years.
A former Bellevue West star starts his career in the basketball court with a buzzer beater play.
To the women who paved the way.
To the women who paved the way.
You showed us we can be comfortable to be ourselves.
Comfortable to be ourselves. Comfortable to be ourselves.
It doesn't always cut it just to do the same job that a man would do in that position, because we as women are judged differently.
That we can achieve anything we set our minds to.
Anything
we set our minds to.
Women are encouraged more. Women can see themselves in positions that they hadn't in the past. And there's a lot more role models.
Nebraska's finest,
strongest,
and most brilliant women.
International Women's Day means the whole world.
We honor you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Create your next adventure and travel the world at Omaha's award-winning Henry Dorley Zoo.
For me, it's about understanding the process of communication and what we learn through that process.
So something that you'll find within the School of Communication graduate program is that there is such a rich field of expertise.
I can think of no other discipline where we spend so much time focusing on not just one side of the conversation, but all sides of the conversation.
Not only do you get to work closely with other graduate students that come from all different walks of life, but you get to learn from graduate faculty that take those perspectives and help you grow yourself in a way that teaches you to be an academic, but also lets you be you in a really unique way.
I chose UNL very specifically, not just because I live here, I'm proud to represent here, but because I thought their program offered strengths that I didn't see in other programs.
Sports, they're back on the Omaha News, and it's perfect timing as the winter seasons close out and the spring sports begin. I'm Anna Bellinghausen here to give you the latest on Omaha athletics. Let's start with our Maverick Rewind with the top home and away events of the past week. Hey, how about we start in LA with Omaha getting an early top 25 win against UCLA. Jackson Gordon started with 3 scoreless innings, and bats from Mike Bovee and Cam Frederick helped the Mavs to a 9-4 victory. Both went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And can't forget about the defense, though. Take a look at first baseman Eddie Satiski. Look at his range, sacrificing the body. No big deal over the fence there. He also had a similar catch on the final out. Didn't get any love from SportsCenter Top 10, but don't worry, Eddie. You've got the field covered, and we've got you covered here. Now to the ice. Omaha hockey continued its hot streak last Friday night with a 5-1 win over number 3 Denver. Freshman Ty Mueller helped secure the upset with 2 goals of his own, and Cam Berg got the offense rolling with 3 assists. Omaha did drop Saturday's night matchup with a split bill between the Pios, and the Mavericks do remain 6th in the NCHC. Now to Omaha softball. They continued its road stretch, and Jamie White said see ya against Central Arkansas. There's a souvenir. Oh, never mind, throw it back. The senior solo shot lifted the Mavericks 1-0 over Central Arkansas, and Omaha picked up its 3rd win in a row. Looks like the Mavericks are already hot in February. And as the Omaha basketball season winds down, making a splash in the conference tournament is on the mind of the team. And one guy that already knows how to make a splash is Frankie Fiddler. Reporter Jordan McAlpine has more on the freshman phenom.
His name's Frankie Fiddler, a 6'7" forward. It's a familiar name to basketball fans in the Omaha Metro. And after a breakout rookie season, he's become a familiar name to college basketball fans too.
I think I'm very versatile. I can do a lot of things. I can shoot, get to the rim, post up, pass. I think I kind of got an all-around game.
A high school standout at Bellevue West, Fiddler flourished in his first collegiate season. For UNO head coach Darren Hansen, it doesn't come as a surprise. Even in a tough year team-wise, Fiddler's confidence only continued to grow.
You have to give it to Frankie being a freshman. You know, he's really overcome, a lot of adversity that the team has had. He's done a fantastic job of learning along the way. And he's just developed all the time.
Hansen said a big part of that development has been due to the work Fiddler puts in behind the scenes.
He does all the things that you're looking for, and for him doing it as a freshman, even though we're a young team, but to do that as the only 2 freshmen on our team, I think is remarkable.
Fiddler finished with an impressive freshman campaign, including 2 buzzer beaters that put the league on notice. Jordan McAlpine's here for more on insight on Fiddler and just the overall morale of this team heading into Sioux Falls.
Yeah, Anna, even though the record at this point in the season doesn't really show it, there's a good sense of belief amongst the group, especially down the stretch here. They've been close in a lot of games, especially at this time of year. All it takes is one bounce or one break to go your way in the playoffs. And Hansen said the key at this point of the season to really play loose and, more importantly, play together.
Thanks, Jordan. We're looking forward to see if the Mavericks can pull off that first round upset. Another team awaiting the conference tournament is Omaha hockey. Reporter Avery Howard has the latest from yesterday's media availability.
After 3 top 10 wins, Omaha looks to add 2 more in their home finale this weekend against number 4 North Dakota.
Lots of respect for North Dakota and the program they have there, and they end up being intense. You know, they're obviously, a top 5 team in the country, and we get prepared to play, excited to play them, and it always leads to intense series. So, again, it almost doesn't have that playoff feel to it a little bit here, and hopefully both teams come out healthy and can have a good clean hard series and finish the season on a good note. We're going to continue with that mindset here, and but ultimately we're playing to win Friday and Saturday night. That's the bottom line.
And on top of all of this, it's a special weekend for 9 seniors in this program. Head coach.
Thanks, Avery. The Omaha and North Dakota rivalry continues at Baxter Arena for a 2-game series Friday and Saturday with puck drop at 7:07 p.m. As we wrap up our sports coverage for the Omaha News, we'd like to feature one student athlete who made the trek from Belgium to wear the O across her chest. Reporter Cody Harms has a story on Ines Absisson.
Growing up in Brussels, Belgium, Ines had a much different childhood than others. She says she didn't go outside and play with other kids on her block often and stuck to an intense schedule.
It was always tennis, school, home, tennis, school.
When Ines wasn't playing tennis or at school during her youth, she was spending the majority of her time with her loved ones.
My family is very big on sports, so we would just attend everyone's sporting events.
Ines is playing nearly 5,000 miles away from home. Although she has spoken English since she was 12, adjusting to the American culture was her biggest challenge.
Transitioning to the U.S. was pretty hard at the beginning. When I got here, everything is so much bigger. Everything is just XXL.
She attributes her coach for easing into life as a college student while being in a new country playing sports as a D1 athlete. Head coach Adam Summit says recruiting players from foreign countries is much different than recruiting American players.
With international students, it's more about who you know with contacts and agencies, recruiting services, former players, former coaches. And with Ines in particular, she was working with a coach who we had a mutual contact with.
Ines says that she only had a few opportunities to become a student athlete in America.
In Belgium, we don't get to play college sports. So if you go to college, you just go to college as a student. You don't go to college as a student athlete. And that's the thing that I like about here.
For the Omaha News, I'm Cody Harms.
While the serving comes to an end this spring, Ines says she intends to serve her sport in another way, by becoming a coach herself. We all love a good ending, right? That'll do it for our Maverick sports coverage. We'll be back next week for more Under the Crimson and Black.
Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Faded breast to a full.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
Nebraska has been experiencing a mild winter with many days peaking in the 50s. Reporter Philip Pierce says gardeners are ready to think about this year's growing season.
Warm weather during the winter months has us looking forward to the return of spring. And with spring just around the corner, many home gardeners set out to prepare for the upcoming growing season. Associate Manager Jim Kinghorn at Earl May, a local garden center, has already noticed an increase of customers seeking seeds and supplies as gardeners plan to get a jump start on their growing season.
They're looking for a lot of seeds. They like to start their annuals early, like to start their perennials early. It's just a different way people like to grow stuff as opposed to just coming in and buying things that are already grown.
He also made some recommendations as to what to start.
Pansies and cole crops, broccoli, cabbage, things like that.
And give some encouraging words for new gardeners.
Start slow and don't be afraid of failure. It's going to happen. It happens to everybody. Just keep trying.
Starting seeds is simple. All you need is some soil, a seed tray, some seeds, water, and sunshine. And for some gardeners, growing from seed to harvest can't be beat.
I just love watching those seeds grow. I love seeing them come out of their little casings.
According to the Farmer's Almanac, Omaha should expect its last frost date to be around April 27th. And though it's easy to get carried away with this warm winter weather, it's best to hold off planting anything outside until the frost is gone.
Usually I wait until the final frost date, and then I'll plant about 2 weeks after that just to be safe.
According to Earl May, March 1st is the best time to start seeds indoors to ensure that they are ready to transplant outside when the threat of frost is over. For the Omaha News, I am Philip Pierce.
Like other garden centers, Earl May plans to have another record year in seed and plant sales due to the influx of new gardeners who picked it up as a hobby during the pandemic.
And finally today, with mask mandates coming to an end, Omaha residents are looking for new reasons to get out of the house. Reporter Addison Pard tells us how Omaha residents are dancing away their pandemic blues.
A group of Omaha residents gather in the downtown Eagles Ballroom every Friday night to dance the night away. It's a tradition that dates back nearly 20 years, and they don't plan on stopping anytime soon. The artistic director for the Omaha Jitterbugs, Lindsay Subcheck, says the organization was formed by a group of friends that had found a love for swing dancing. And when their local swing club closed after a few months, they knew they needed to start their own.
Omaha Jitterbugs kind of formed out of a group of friends that were going to that place, got really excited about swing dancing.
Jitterbugs Night Out provides an opportunity for anyone 19 and older to come take part in social dance or classes for anyone looking to begin swing dancing.
You don't need a partner or any experience. All you need to do is to grab your dancing shoes and hit the floor for some swing music.
A newcomer to the swing dance scene, John Diebel, says he was simply looking for a way to be connected after COVID.
I noticed it online, just trying to find things post-pandemic.
Subcheck says Jitterbugs offers a non-threatening environment to help individuals connect with one another. They encourage individuals to constantly be switching partners so that everyone can meet. Omaha Jitterbugs prides themselves on creating a community where you can find creativity, exercise, and social connection all in one place.
For the Omaha News, I'm Addison Parr.
You can follow the Omaha Jitterbugs on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram for updates on upcoming classes and events. That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news and entertainment in the Heartland.
Facebook and Twitter at UNO, the Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomahanews.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
We will see you next time.
Lyle, calm down.
Pretend to call the game, and it's like it was a lifelong dream of mine, and now that I'm starting to fulfill that dream, it's been awesome.
With the UNO School of Communication, your dream begins today.
An unbelievable experience. I'm extremely grateful that I get to do it.
And it is so exciting to see what they can do and what they want to do.
What can you say about your Maverick team?
The deadline is now.
It is the longest-running Omaha-based statewide television program on the air today. Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt, producer and host of Consider This. Now in our 25th season, we wish to acknowledge those who have made this educational journey possible. Our guests, underwriters, student crews, the Knowledge Network, the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and of course, viewers just like you. Thank you for watching.